Oh, you've been the bane of my life. Right, so I just told the customer. He knew the old shower was upside down. Oh my God. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Life of a Jobbing Plumber. This job that we're going to today is featured not once, but twice on my channel. I think it's about 6 months ago. So basically, if you remember it, it was a concealed shower mixer that the thermostat had gone, the cartridge. Customer got a new cartridge. It did seem like the right one, but it didn't really fit very well. I had to revisit it because one of the circlips had pinged off and it wasn't opening on the handle. It wasn't allowing water through. So I put the circlip back on. It worked for another week or so. This is what the customer says, and then it failed again. So we're here today to remove the concealed shower and replace it with a bar mixer shower. It is on a stud wall, but I also need to take a tile off to patch up where the old concealed shower's been. Not gonna lie, I hate these kind of jobs. I'm dreading it. But they don't have any other tiles. They've been tile shopping and they've managed to get some similar ones, or so I believe, but they're not the same size. And she also put on the message, got the tiles. So I replied back saying, plural? I thought it was only replacing one tile. And she put, yeah, but the slide rail is going to be in a different place, so we might change them 2 tiles as well. I was like, oh my God, no. I do not want to be getting involved in completely tiling the shower enclosure. I'm only there to change the 1 tile. So it's going to be interesting. You know as much as me at this point. Let's see what it's like when we get in there. Yes, so do you remember it now? This is going to come out. I'm going to cut that joint and smash this tile out and expose the pipe work behind it and see what's what. The issue we've got is these tiles are a lot taller than them ones. And that's the new shower that's going on. Not to worry. Let's get this off and get the tile off. And worry about that tile being too big in a minute. So I'm just going to grind the grout line around that tile before smashing it. Didn't want to use a grinder, it causes dust, but got the hoover at the ready. I turn that on at the same time and then my dust mask on. Obviously it's not big and it's not clever not using a dust mask and goggles. I have no excuse. Now I'm going to leave that 10 minutes to settle. The window is open and I've left the hoover on. And oh yeah, ear defenders. Now my ears are ringing. The hoover needs a hoover. Vacuum, sorry. Yeah, so just ground out that. Basically I'm going to put a hammer to this now and try and split the tile and break it off. Stud wall, so plasterboard might come with it. A little bit like that. Feels stuck solid. It's not all glitz and glamour in the plumbing world. I knew the board had come off. I needed it to come off anyway to get these pipes. Not impressed with this. I'm going to run the multi-tool down here, across this, what's remaining to the left of the plasterboard, just to tidy it up. I'm going to have to take that bit off as well because it's not doing anything. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, just clean it up now. Cut this valve out of the way. I've got this fancy plate, got a fixing plate there, I have a fixing point there, and one just on the inside of there. And a lot of expanding foam, and that should come off. I went to use this long one, so I can't get in with the impact. Can't even get in with this actually. Oh, you've been the bane of my life. Hey, you won't catch a sparky with one of these. Yes, it's broke. That is all cut out. Give everything a hoover out in here now. Just plugged them in case any crap fell down it. Yeah, these two want first fixing. They want the shower centre of this tile. So I'm just going to pop 2 elbows out there. A couple of clips on here, hopefully. That'll fix them in the 150 centres, and that's our height. I'm going to have to look to rebuild this, ready for sticking a tile on. So I literally marked on this piece where my centres was, centre of the shower, 150mm pipe centres, so 75mm each side. Let's level them down as you've seen, put some clips on them lines, so that'll hold my pipes perfectly centre. They are on plastic, these down there, or at least they hope they are. Obviously we've got that level. The only downfall is the hot comes up here, down there as a, on the, let's say, skew if. It can just move over a bit, but all it wants to do is ping back. I've used end feed elbows because a press would have brought it too far off the finished surface and I'd have struggled to get my bar mixer brackets on. They're also called another word, but YouTube will blank that out. So yeah, I'm going to get a plywood sheet cut for the back of this now with these two cut out. But before I go any further, I'm going to cap these off and turn the water back on just to test all my fittings, because in a minute they're going to be hidden. Some people don't know this, but most wood saws are actually a perfect square, perfect 90. Perfect enough for what we need it for anyway. So that's our holes for cutting out. I did have a hole saw somewhere. This is slightly narrower than needs to be, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to fill it in or what at the sides yet. That's what I mean about it being narrow. Bugger. It's gonna be a pig. It's in mermaid board basically. Waterproof plywood. Something like that. Like I said, now I've got to try and fill in this void. I'll just seal along there, right around the outside, so it's kind of watertight edge. They don't recommend sticking tiles to plywood, but I'm going to CT1 this one on. It should be sound. Bodge it and leg it. Jokes. So, just sealed around there. Just make it a bit more watertight. Put that little strip piece in. I think this pipe has moved. So one pipe's moved anyway because it's no longer looking level. CT1'd it. Now I just need to get a height of this tile and cut it to height with like the neatest, straightest, cleanest cut possible using an angle grinder. Now, I'm stupid. Let's see what we can do with that. So yeah, obviously the tile has a beveled edge to allow for the grout to sit in. I'm going to try and chamfer the cut slightly on my tile, but I'm not sure how well it's going to turn. I'm going to put the cut edge to the bottom. I don't know if I've already said that. Try and hide it a bit. Yeah, let's go and cut it. Well, that's our height that we need to cut it at. I'm dreading this, but let's see how she goes. I mean, it don't look too bad. It's all chips. Tried wetting it whilst cutting it with the grinder, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to pilot it first with these Chinese bits. Get them off eBay. I think they're around tenner a pack they work out at, maybe a bit less with postage, and they're all right. This is porcelain tile, so I'll probably ruin these. And then my tile cutters, I've had these probably 15 years. They were from Lidl. I don't know how well they'll cut, but it's best we've got. Now I'll just get a bit of water and wet this, keep this tip cool, try and prolong the life of it. Well, I think that's been the longest part of the job so far. None help when I've got rubbish whole tile hole saws. Just shut the water off again now, because my holes are too small to go over the speed fit cap ends. We'll see how my measurements are now. Will it fit? I mean, you can tell it's a different tile, but I need to pack it up a little bit at the bottom because it's sat on that other tile, and I'll reduce that joint line there and just stick her on now. At the distance, does it look like a different tile? It's not too bad, I suppose. So yeah, I just packed it out, try and keep the gap even all the way along, around even. Problem is now, I'm sure the curing time on this, what is it, 3 to 6 mil, 12 to 48 hours, so I don't think I'll be able to do anything else for today, unfortunately. That makes me sad. Although, no, I was gonna say, well, I could probably get the holes drilled and the pipes shortened for putting the riser kit on. I just can't fix the brackets to the tile because it'll be moving all over the place, I'd imagine. That's what I think I'll do. And take these plugs out, ready for filling. He's gonna, well, we're gonna fill it with grout, white grout, and he said he's gonna colour it in with a pencil. Apparently he's done it on another tile in here somewhere and you can't see it. He doesn't even know where it is anymore. Even with the small diameter holes that I've drilled, not really left enough to try and drill a hole and get a fixing into the tile for these, but see, that one's definitely gonna miss. It's right on the edge. That'll do all right. So will that one. Might get 2 on this side actually, but that's not gonna be today anyway. So I've just put the slide rail on. I'm gonna clean up now and I'm gonna come back tomorrow when this has gone off, so I can grout it and obviously fix my backplate some for the bar mixer. Stands out like a sore thumb, that. Hopefully it'll not look as bad when it's grouted, but it was the darkest one of the box they'd got. Never mind. I need to cap them pipes back off before I turn water on. That would be horrendous. Oh, lovely and clean. Water's back on, as you can hear the toilet filling up. This is going to be interesting to get off tomorrow. That's tomorrow's problem. Day 2. Feels pretty damn solid. I would like to be the person who has to remove this in the future. No doubt, be me. Yeah, get this water turned off. Shower holes drilled so I don't get tile dust in the white fresh grout that I'm going to have to put on. What is the cat doing? What are you doing? Asked Dad, can I borrow the grouting gear? He gave me absolutely everything. So, happy days. Has it passed the inspection? Alright, so just drilled. Only managed to get 1 hole on that and on that. Don't want to drill too close to the hole here, otherwise the drill bit will just run off and be no point. So I've got a decent fix in there, Just showing you that if you silicone any holes, obviously there's a hole where the pipe comes out, make it waterproof in case any water gets behind the shower itself and then rots the wall from inside out. So I've just put the shower on now just to make sure that my holes are in the right place. It's not tightened up, like just 150 cent. Make sure the 150 centers are still the same. couldn't finish the shower because if I put the chrome surrounds on here, I'll not be able to grout that joint. So I'm gonna grout up now before taking this back off and fitting it permanently. Bloody hell, that doesn't look good. That'd have been an expensive mistake, wouldn't it? Quite therapeutic grouting, as long as there's not loads of it to do. That'll do. Only problem is my nice fresh white is showing up the dull old white. At least I think it was white. Don't actually look that white. Can you tell me the difference between the chrome surrounds? This is freezing cold. This is red hot. Right, so I just told the customer. He knew the old shower was upside down. Oh my god! Right, so the plan of action. This is a stud wall. I'm going to go through the back side, cut a plasterboard square out, alter the pipes the correct way round. I've just scraped the grout out of here. I'm going to replace this with a light grey. So I've took most of it out, so there's somewhere to adhere the new grey grout on, because it looks like we're coming back for a third time. It's looking good though. Hopefully my hot and colds are behind there. Oh, this is a pain. Oh. Oh, there they are. They even wrote H and C. But yet, it's still wrong. That's definitely cold, and that's hot. Tits. Enough movement on the pipes. Down there, must be on plastic, to cross them back over. Oh, you'd never know I was here. Right, so come back, re-grout it in light grey, put that little piece of board back on, fill it, and I'll finally be done on this one. It wasn't as bad as I thought when the hot and colds are crossed the wrong way around. I can't believe the customer said the old shower was in upside down. I knew the hot and colds were crossed. You can tell it's house number 13. So I'm back for the third time. Just mixed up some grey grout, obviously smeared it on about everywhere. It's a lot darker than that yet because it's wet. It's going to dry something like wherever the bag is, like that, which is a damn sight lighter. It should look a lot better. Customer's patched up a little hole with a bit of pencil. Perfect. Finished playing with the pussycat now. Just wiped that off with a white sponge, wet sponge. By the time that dries, dust it off with a duster, and that'll be done inside here. Now I've got to put something in the back of this, up here, like a brace, so I can screw this panel back and fill it. Every time I move, cat, you just ask going back in because you're definitely going to try and climb in the wall. No. No. That should be Smooth enough now for filling. Bosh. Needs a bit of sanding down and then repaint. Starting to dry nicely, that's the actual colour that's going to match in. Bloody perfect. Finally, we can get out of here. I cannot tell you how relieved I am for that job to be finished. It's been ongoing for months since we came to repair the shower cartridge, which wouldn't work. I don't know whether it wouldn't work because actually it did work for a week. I don't know if it's having issues because the hot and cold were the wrong way. I don't know, but it's done now. You can breathe a sigh of relief. Just a shame that it took so many visits to actually get it finished. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed, consider subscribing. We post this type of content twice a week, and let me know in the comments if you've done anything different and what you thought of the completed job. As usual, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.